Hey guys, welcome back to ladensercrotchets. If you're new to the channel, my name is Liz. Welcome and kindly subscribe to join the family. In this tutorial, we're going to be making this very easy cardigan. It's a meshy cardigan that you're going to work in very few hours, and I'm sure you're going to love it as much as I did. Grab the materials and let's get into the tutorial. We need the following: a medium weight yarn. As usual, I'm using Winter King, which is a Kenyan brand, and it's 100% acrylic. This can be substituted with any medium weight yarn, be it acrylic or cotton. You'll need a 4mm crochet hook. Then you're going to need a measuring tape, a pair of scissors, some stitch markers, and a yarn needle. Get your hip measurements. Mine is 44, and the 44, I'm going to divide it by 2 to get 22. Then the 22 that you're going to get, you're going to take it minus 5. This will give me 17. Then this 17, I'm going to divide it by 2. And this will give me 8.5. Now, the 8.5 represents the width of one front panel. So one front panel is going to be 8.5. This is the first one. The other front panel will be 8.5. So these are the measurements for the front panel. As for the back panel, it will be 22. So back panel will be 22 inches. Now we're going to start with one front panel. So we're going to work one front panel up to a point. And then when you get to that point, we're going to leave out some space for the sleeve. And then we're going to work the front panel, the back panel, that is. Then again, we leave a space for the sleeve and then work the other front panel. So we're going to work one large panel, but then we're going to start with 8.5, 22, 8.5. So let me work that and show you how it goes. We're going to start with the length. So get the length of the kimono that you want, and then the starting chain is going to represent the length. That means whatever hip measurement you have, you'll work it out this way. For example, if your hip measurement is 38, you're taking 38 and dividing it by 2. And this is going to give you 19. Then you're going to get 19 minus 5, which will give you 14. And then you're going to take 14 divided by 2, which will give you 7. So you're going to work 7, 19, 7. So that means you can customize this to whatever size you want. We begin with a slip knot. And then we're going to chain a chain that is equivalent to the length of the kimono that you want. I've done 100 chains. Please note that the number of chains that you're going to do should be a multiple of 4 plus 2. So 100 is divisible by 4, so I'm going to add 2 more to get to 102. And then I'll take the measurement. This is the length of my cardigan, or the length of my kimono. Measure without stretching. Sorry. So my length is at 32 without stretching. Then we're going to begin row 1. Start by holding that last chain that you've done, like this. Then chain 1 more. Put your hook through that chain that you're holding. Yarn over and grab a loop. Then yarn over, pull through the 2 to complete a single crochet. Go into the next chain and do a single crochet. Into the next chain, we're going to do a single crochet. Into the chain that follows, again, we do another single crochet. Then we're going to do single crochets into all the chains. My starting chain was 102, and at the end of row 1, I should have a total of 102 single crochets. I'm at the end of row 1 and I have a total of 102 single crochets right here. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, then turn to begin row 2. That first chain 4 will act as the first triple crochet, so we're going to yarn over twice, 1 and 2, then go into the next stitch, the second stitch, put your hook through, yarn over, grab a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, then yarn over, pull through the remaining 2 loops. That's our second triple crochet. Then you're going to chain 2, then yarn over twice, skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, into the third one, do a triple crochet right there, yarn over twice, place your hook into the next stitch and do a triple crochet. If you have issues with the triple crochets, you can do the normal double crochets, that will be fine. Chain 2, yarn over twice, skip 2 stitches, work into the third, a triple crochet, yarn over twice into the next stitch, triple crochet, yarn over twice, as chain 2 that is, then you're going to yarn over twice, skip 2 stitches, work into the third, a triple crochet, and a triple crochet into the next stitch. So this is a pattern that you're going to get, and we're going to repeat that pattern to the end of row 2. I'm coming to the end of row 2 and I have 4 stitches remaining, so I'm going to chain 2, yarn over twice, skip 2 stitches, 1 and 2, work into the second last stitch with a triple crochet, then yarn over twice, work into the last stitch, this one right here, place the triple crochet, and there we're done with row 2. Then we're going to chain 4 and turn to begin row 3. We begin row 3 in the second stitch, place in a triple crochet because we already have one in the first stitch. So yarn over twice, place a triple crochet into the second stitch, chain 2, then skip over to the next triple crochet and triple crochet on top of it. This is what you'll get. When you're chaining, do not chain too tightly, so chain loosely, chain 2, yarn over, skip over to the next triple crochet, then do the next triple crochet, chain 2, and work this pattern to the end of row 3. I'm coming to the end of row 3 and I'm just going to place my last 2 triple crochets, one into the second last stitch and one on top of the chain 4 stitch that we made at the beginning. And that's the end of row 3. Now row 4 and every other row is going to be worked as the same as row 3. So we begin by chaining 4 and turn in, and then we yarn over twice and start working in the second stitch with a triple crochet, chain 2, yarn over twice, triple crochet into the next triple crochet after skipping the chain 2, then triple crochet into the stitch that follows, chain 2, yarn over twice, triple crochet into the next triple crochet. And now keep repeating to the end. You're going to repeat this pattern for a number of rows that will give you the length, the width of your front panel. So let me do that. I'll be back once I have the width of my front panel, and I'll tell you the number of rows I'll have worked. Have done a total of 10 rows. Right now I'm in row 10, and this has gotten me to the 8.5 inches for my front panel, and I'm just going to measure this. You're going to measure without stretching from this point up to where we've ended right here. It's ranging between 8 to 9 inches, which is what I want. And so I'm done with the front panel. So what I'm going to do next is I'll measure the sleeve length from the other side of the hook. So this other side that does not have the hook, that is where I'll measure the sleeve length. Sleeve length for an adult is between 7 to 9 inches. So for my cardigan, I'll measure out 8 inches. And then I'll get my stitch marker and mark the 8-inch mark. So from this point, again we're measuring without stretching to this point right here. Now let me just place the stitch marker on the first triple crochet right there. So this part is going to remain open for the sleeve. Now I'll start from this end and work a row up to this point. So just chain 4, turn the work, begin in the second triple crochet and work till you get to the stitch marker. So now once I get to the stitch marker, I'll need to place the triple crochets into these 2 triple crochets right here. So I'll just pull out the stitch marker and place the 2 triple crochets. Then from this point, you're going to count the number of stitches from this point to the end. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, and 28. So I'm going to chain 28 from this point. I have the 28 chains, which will take me up to that point, creating this gap for the sleeve. Then what you're going to do is turn your work to the other side. Then you're going to hold the 27 stitch and chain 3 more, that is, so 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over, go into the 27 stitch with a triple crochet. You should yarn over twice, 1, 2, then 2 triple crochets. So those will be the first 2 triple crochets at that end. Then you're going to chain 2, yarn over twice, skip 2 chains, 1 and 2, into the third one, triple crochet right there, 1, 2, then yarn over again twice into the next stitch, place a triple crochet, chain 2, yarn over twice, skip 2 chains, 1, 2, into the third one, place a triple crochet, yarn over twice, place a triple crochet into the next stitch, chain 2, so at this point I have 2 stitches before the triple crochet from the previous row. So I'm just going to chain 2, yarn over twice. I'll skip these 2 stitches and work in the triple crochet, then another triple crochet next, chain 2, skip over to the triple crochets and do 2 of them, 1 in every stitch, chain 2, skip over to the triple crochets and do 2 of them. So at this point, this is what we're going to have. So now this is the front panel, this is the back panel, and for this back panel I'll just keep going with the rows, with the repeat rows of the triple crochets and the chains in between until I get to 22. Now, to ensure that I do not end up with a very big cardigan, when I'm working the back panel, I'll stretch it out a little bit. So just keep going till you get your back panel width. So this is what I'm going to have once I've completed the back panel. So as you can see, at this point we have one of the front panels, which is going to fold like this over the back panel. And then, so that's the front and this is the back. I've worked a total of 21 rows to get me to 22 inches when slightly stretched. So actually, I feel like 20 rows would have been enough, but I'll go with the 21, which I stretch slightly and get to 22. And when you're working, when you're finishing the back panel, you should finish at the bottom, so that you can be able to mark out the sleeve on the other side. And I'm just going to mark it out from this edge because the other one is on this line, I'm just going to go on this line and mark the last stitch that I'll do. So I'm going to mark in the chain 2 stitch right here, because when I'm working back, I'll come up to this point. So from the bottom, I'll just chain 4 and turn, then work the triple crochet, the next triple crochet, then next we're going to chain 2 and work a triple crochet on the previous triple crochet, and a second one. Then chain 2, skip over to the triple crochets and work till you get to the stitches or to the triple crochet just before the stitch marker. Once we get to stitches before the stitch marker, we're going to chain 28 like we did on the other side. So chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 26, 28 that is. I have the 28 chains, and therefore I'll hold the 27th. So this is the 28th, this is the 27th, and then I'll chain 3 more, 2 and 3, yarn over twice, go into the stitch that I'm holding and do the triple crochet there. Chain 2, yarn over twice, skip 2 chains, 1, 2, into the third one, triple crochet. Yarn over twice, go into the next stitch with a triple crochet. Chain 2, yarn over twice, skip 2 chains, work into the third one, triple crochet, and then triple crochet next. Chain 2, triple crochet into the third stitch after skipping 2, and triple crochet into the next chain. Chain 2, and continue working this pattern. Then once you get to this point, you're going to chain 2 and you're skipping 2 chains and then working into the triple crochet next. Then I'm going to repeat this to the bottom, and then I'm going to work the same number of rows as I did on the other front panel. So for this other front panel, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 rows of the triple crochet. Then finally we have the single crochet row. So I'll work my 9 rows, and this is the first one. And then after that, I'll come back and show you how to work the final row, which is the single crochet row. So just repeat the pattern until you get the number of rows that you worked on the other front panel. I'm done with the 9 rows of the second front panel, and now I'm going to work the last row, which is a single crochet stitch, a single crochet row. So I'll chain 1 and turn. Then I'm going to place a single crochet into each of the stitches, 1 single crochet into the first stitch right here, place a single crochet into the stitch that follows. Then once we get into the chain 2 stitch, we'll place 2 single crochets into that chain, 1 single crochet on the triple crochet, 1 single crochet onto the next triple crochet, 2 single crochets into the chain, then a single crochet onto each of the triple crochets, 2 single crochets on the chain, single crochet onto the triple crochet, then 2 single crochets on the chain. And I'll repeat this to the end. So I'm going to place the last single crochet onto the chain 4 stitch, chain 1, and cut off the yarn at that point. Pull through, then fasten. And now we are done with the main part of the cardigan. We have the 3 pieces that make it, the 2 front pieces and the back panel. So we have, this is the back panel. Then on this side we have 1 front panel, and on the other side we have the second one. So now we just need to join at the shoulders, this point, and we're just going to make sure that the corresponding rows are joined together like that on one side, and then we'll also join the corresponding sides or the corresponding rows on the other side right here. It's time to join the front and the back panels on the shoulders, and we're going to start with this side and then we come to this other side. So grab your hook and the yarn, get the very first chain, this one right here, put your hook through that and through the other one on the other side, and put your yarn on the hook, grab it and pull it through. Then chain 1. We're going to work over this end as we connect. Into that triple crochet, we're going to place 3 single crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. Then we move over to the next triple crochet. Into the triple crochet on this side, and the one on the other side, place 3 single crochets. Then move over to the third triple crochets and place 3 single crochets into them. Into the next one, place 3 single crochets. Into the ones that follow, 3 single crochets. Then into the next, we place another 3 single crochets. And continue till you've connected up to this last single crochet. So join the 2 rows. So I have 1 single crochet row remaining on this side. So I'll just connect this single crochet with the next row right there, and then I'll chain 1 and cut off the yarn, and that part of the shoulders is joined, pull through and fasten. And this is what we're going to have. We have the sleeve, the shoulder on one side is joined. So we're going to go over to the other side from this end, reattach the yarn the same way we've done with the other side, and connect with single crochets. I'll do that and come back. I have the other end joined, and I'm just going to turn this to the right side. So this is how the cardigan should look like once you've turned it to the right side. And you can wear it as a kimono vest, or you can make the sleeves just like me, because I'm going to be attaching sleeves on this point because I want long sleeves. But you can rock these as a kimono vest, that is after weaving in all the ends. So here I've already worked one of the sleeves, as you can see, and so I'll be showing you how to work the other sleeve on the other side. Now, to be able to work the sleeve, you need to measure the sleeve length, and I would advise that you put on the vest first so that you're able to get the accurate sleeve length. So when you're measuring, you'll measure from the point where the vest reaches on your shoulders all the way down to your wrist. Now, I've worked a total of 26 rows in order to get to my sleeve length. and the sleeve length is let's see, is at 21.5. So yours could be longer or shorter depending on where the vest reaches on your shoulder. So try it on and then measure the sleeve length. So now we're going to go to the other side and work the other sleeve. So from the middle part below the armpit right here, this is where we're going to start. And I'm just going to get the yarn, start with a slip knot, then get that middle part. This is the row in the middle part of the armpit, or at the part where the armpit should be. So what we're going to do is reattach the yarn on this stitch just before this. So reattach the yarn there and chain 4. The chain 4 acts as our first triple crochet. Then you're going to yarn over twice and skip this part, then go into this stitch at the other end and do another triple crochet. Then you're going to chain 2. As you can see now, we are back to the pattern. Into the triple crochets that are next, we're going to work 2 of them, 1 into each of the stitches. So 1, then the second one, then chain 2, skip the chains and work in the triple crochets. Chain 2 again and continue till you get to the top part, and I'll show you what to do at that point. So now I'm at the point on the stitch just before the point where I joined. So I'm just going to work into this stitch, triple crochet right there. Then we're going to yarn over twice. We're not going to work right here, so we'll skip onto the other side, onto the stitch on the other side, and work a triple crochet right there. Then chain 2, triple crochet onto the previous triple crochets, and then repeat to the end of the row. I'll meet you at the end of the row. I'm coming to the end of that row, and I'm just going to chain 2. Then onto the chains 4 stitch that we did at the beginning, we're going to do a slip stitch right there to complete the row. Chain 4, then turn. Actually we're going to chain 6, so that the chain 4 will act as a triple crochet and the chain 2 will act as this chain 2, and then we turn. Then begin in the triple crochets and work a triple crochet. Yarn over twice, do a triple crochet next. Chain 2 and work the triple crochets, then repeat the pattern to the end of row 2. I'll meet you at the end so that we can complete the row. So at the end, I've just done the last triple crochet into the last stitch, and we have the chain 6 that we started with. So we're just going to count 4 stitches, 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then slip stitch right there to complete row 2. Chain 4. The chain 4 is the first triple crochet. Then turn your work. Then yarn over twice, do a triple crochet into the next stitch. Chain 2. A triple crochet into the next triple crochet. then another triple crochet, chain 2, and repeat the pattern to the end. At the end, after chaining the last 2 chains, we're going to slip stitch onto the chain 4, do a slip stitch, and that completes that row, which is our row 3. Then to begin row 4, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, which is acting as a triple crochet. The chain 4 is a triple crochet, the chain 2 is the chain in between the stitches. Then turn, I've already turned, yarn over twice, do the triple crochet, and the next one, chain 2, do the next triple crochet, then now repeat to the end. So that means row 2, or all the even rows, we will work them the same way, or the odd rows will work the same way. So we are alternating between row 2 and row 3 until you get your sleeve length. In my case, I'll work like this till I have a total of 26 rows. If your sleeve length is shorter than mine, then you're going to do less rows. If it's longer than mine, you're going to do more rows. So let me go on, complete my sleeve, and I'll be back to show you how to complete the sleeve part. I'm done with the 26 rows of the sleeve, and now we're going to do the very last row, which is going to be a single crochet row, and we're going to chain 1 and turn. Ensure that you're working this on the right side of the sleeve. Begin in the very first stitch with a single crochet, work a single crochet into the next stitch, 2 single crochets into the chain stitch, a single crochet on top of the previous triple crochets, 2 single crochets into the chain 2, and repeat this to the end of the row. So I'm coming to the end of the row, and I'm just going to place 2 single crochets into the chain before the very first stitch that I worked. Then into that stitch, I'll do a slip stitch, then chain 1 and cut off the yarn because you're done with the sleeve. Now pull through and fasten. So now we're going to just weave in the ends. I'll weave in this end and the others, but then before we completely say that the cardigan is complete, you can actually wear the cardigan at this point, but I want to add 1 more row of single crochets on the front part of the cardigan, and I'll start from here and I'll work all the way through the shoulders, all the way down to the other side of the front panel. So now, beginning from this point, I'll just reattach the yarn, and I'm just going to work a single crochet stitch into every stitch till I get to the shoulders. So grab the yarn, reattach into the first stitch, reattach the yarn. We're going to leave an end that we're going to work over. Then you're going to chain 1, go back into that stitch, place a single crochet into the next stitch while working over these ends, a single crochet into the stitch that follows and into the next one. Then just keep going till you get to the shoulder part. I'll meet you at the shoulder part so that I can show you how to work the stitches at that point. Just 1 single crochet into every stitch. So I'll work till I get to this point. I'll meet you at this point. I just go to the shoulder part, just working 2 stitches before that. Now at this point, we're going to skip over this part and work into the row that follows. As I do that, I'll work over these ends that are there. So into this triple crochet row, I'm going to place 3 single crochets, 2 and 3. Then that will get me to this point, and I'll place a single crochet there, the point before the next row, just 1 single crochet. Into the next row, I'll place 3 single crochets, so 1, 2 and 3. In this part, 1 single crochet. Then into the next, we place 3 single crochets. Next, we place 1 single crochet into that gap. Then 3 single crochets on the row, on the triple crochet row. Then 1 single crochet right here. That gets us to the corner, And from the corner we're going to skip over to the single crochet on the other side of the cardigan. So from here we skip over to this stitch and work a single crochet. Then I'm going to place just one single crochet into all the stitches that are remaining till I get to the end at the bottom. And once I get to that point, I'll just chain one and cut off the yarn, and I'll be done with the cardigan. So thank you so much if you stuck around to the end of this tutorial. If you've enjoyed it, kindly leave a like, leave a comment too. If you get to recreate this, do not forget to share your recreations on your Instagram page and then tag me, and I'll be reposting your work. You can also tag me on TikTok, and see you in the next tutorial. Do not forget to share. Do not forget to share this video. See you in the next tutorial.